Once again, this is rumor control. Here are the facts.
Welcome to a special news update edition of Perfect Organism, the Alien Saga podcast. And we're here just to briefly discuss some news that 20th Century Fox dropped today, which is a short film competition. And it's not just a regular short film competition. It's being brought to you by Tongle, which I've never heard of until today. And
neither have I, but it's pretty awesome.
It is. And I felt like it was worth discussing because of how in-depth this contest is. It's not just a contest. You have to pitch a film, which means synopsis and who's working on your crew, samples of work from what you've done before, and they're doing all this because the 6 winners or the 6 people who are chosen for this are going to be given $30,000 to make a 5 to 9 minute short film. And I thought
that's a legit budget for a small short segment like that. But you can get some personnel for that. You know? You can get some location shots on that.
You can. I mean, you can get some nice equipment. I have already pitched my film to. I did that first thing this morning. There's a story that's been going in my head for a while now that I'll talk to you about, Patrick.
I know, it's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, we'll
spoil
see.
it.
I won't. I've had some people today ask me, well, can you let me know your story? And I sent a couple of people that I trust my pitch just to see what I did, but I didn't let anybody else know. But I thought
it's super good. It's super good. But you mentioned to me that they were looking specifically for things that were kind of in the vein of the original film, right?
Yes. They want it tonally to be set within the world of the first Alien film, and they want it to embody similar characters, but they also, I think they want you to do something different and new. But I want to go over a couple of the example story starters that they gave, because I have some conspiracy theories about what's going on with this, because companies or studios or whatever do these types of contests all the time. Big Dark Crystal fan, the Henson Company did something similar called a fan film contest. They didn't supply any budgets or anything. You just did it and you sent it in, and it was what it was.
Usually these things, like you say, take that sort of course. Like usually it's like a fan art or like a fan film thing. It's like, hey, like see what you got. If we like it, we'll share it on our social media pages. It's not like we'll bankroll your production like this.
Yeah, not even bankrolling production. After you submit them the script, Fox is going to provide you with feedback, and then you're going to change your script based off that feedback. It's almost like they're cultivating something here. They're looking for something. But before I get into that, those ideas, and I could be completely wrong. I've just never seen
conspiracy theory.
I know, and I'm always looking for something. Well, I think just in light of the reception of Covenant and the reception of Prometheus, and
you could be totally right. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying it's fun. It's fun to conspiracy theorize about these things.
So let me go over the example story ideas that Fox is giving to, if you don't have a story, it's just something to kind of get your mind going. So number 1, synthetic and biologists partner together to survive an infestation. Number 2, scientists bring xenomorph back to lab for dissection without knowing horrors ahead. Number 3, space crew discovers the body of a face-hugged victim outside their ship. Number 4, space miners...
face-hugged victim, I love that. I don't think of...
Space miners transport cargo with xenomorph hidden in the hull. Number 5, synthetic receives instructions from Weyland-Yutani to stir division in space crew, which I think is a very interesting kind of...
That's a cool one.
Story starter there. Number 6, a small family unwittingly stumbles into a cave with dormant xenomorph eggs. That sounds like the Jordan family to me.
That's aliens. Yeah.
Number 7, a female pilot is selected to join a crew that stumbles on a xenomorph. Okay. Number 7, a small child is stalked by a facehugger searching for a host. That sounds kind of funny. It sounds like Calvin and Hobbes. Come on! Come with me! Oh, do. A small crew carries out risky plan to eject a stowaway xenomorph from their ship. Sounds kind of familiar. Survivor of xenomorph infestation accidentally brings xenomorph onto rescue ship. So a couple of things of note. They have quite a few synthetic story starters there. So that's something that interests them, is the idea of including a synthetic. It kind of picks up where Ridley Scott was going a little bit with David and Walter, but pushing it in a little bit of a new direction. Again, Fox is going to have, you're going to pitch something, and if they choose it, you're going to write your script 5 to 8 minutes, which means 5 to 9 minutes, so it means 5 to 9 pages. And they're going to have a little bit of say-so on the script. I mean, they're giving you the money, so they're going to want to be in charge a little bit, I think. Or not be in charge, but just kind of be a creative partner in what you're doing, which I get it. They're giving you $30,000. It makes sense. Cumulatively, they're spending around $236,000 on this entire endeavor, this entire contest, which I think is interesting, especially in light of a sale happening, or that is just about to complete.
The timing of this is like down to the minute with this deal going through.
It's very strange timing, and I really, really, truly believe that Fox is looking to see what fans are after. What interests fans. This $236,000 is an investment to understand what fans are after, what turns fans on, what they're looking for. You have the opportunity as a fan to create a film. Tell us what kind of film you want to make. I just think that this is research and, what's the term? R&D, research and development. That's what this is.
Yeah, right.
And I'm not saying that they're going to take someone's film or idea and make it into a big film or a feature length. I just really think they're trying to pick up on the pulse of the fan community.
Well, I'm not going to say they're not doing that, because I think that you're right. I think that this has something to do with just seeing where the fans are and where the creativity lies and what direction they might want to see things going. I'm not saying it's not about that, but I am saying that it was announced on the 27th of the month of June, and we are now exactly 10 months out from the 40th anniversary of Alien, and especially on Alien Day of the 40th anniversary year. So part of me feels like there might be this might be leading up to some sort of like a big fan event on that day, where they're going to release maybe even in a feature film context. They'll put them all together and put them out in theaters for a day or something in certain cities. I'm getting the sense that like somebody at Fox had like a timer go off that said like, we need to send this out. It's the 27th of the month. We're 10 months out. It's going to take 10 months to get this thing made. That's sort of what I'm thinking. I think this is part of their celebrations for next year.
I agree. I completely agree with you, actually. I really do.
Just from a productive standpoint. I think that's what they're kind of aiming for. Right?
Well, and that's the banner that it was released under. This is the 40-year anniversary of Alien. We want people to kind of celebrate Alien and tell us a story set within that same tone, within that same atmosphere. I totally, absolutely agree, and it's right there. It's all on kind of digital paper on their Facebook page. I think that this is celebratory for 40 years of Alien. I think certainly that's probably number one, but I think number two, there's another reason, and I'm not saying it's this big like, we've got a film, we're trying to make another film, but just like, no, this is research and development, really trying to understand what next film that they should make. And I think like with Marvel tends to hit it out of the park every time. Even if films are not amazing with Marvel, they're really good. There's probably only 2 Marvel films that aren't really good, like Age of Ultron.
Incredible Hulk.
Age of Ultron, I actually liked Incredible Hulk. But that doesn't mean it wasn't...
You liked Incredible...
I did.
That was the first date Micah and I went on.
Really? But it was before Marvel...
10 years ago.
But it was before Marvel was doing what they're doing now. I think they were just...
It was the second film in that series, because there was Iron Man, and then there was Hulk.
Are you talking about the one with... what's his name? Edward Norton?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm thinking you're talking about the one with
the Eric Bana one,
which I love.
Tiger, Hidden Tiger.
I love that one.
Those are kind of cool. It kind of give me a headache, but no, I'm talking about the MCU edition of the Hulk, which is a piece of shit. But it was the first date I went on with my wife.
Yeah, but for the most part, Marvel is mostly hit, not miss. I really think Fox is starting to understand that in order to really make a film that people are going to respond to, they're going to have to invest some time. And I think Marvel does it. And again, I back to your point, I really believe what you said is true. And of course, based off the post, this is about celebrating 40 years of a seminal, one of the best science fiction films of all time.
But it doesn't mean that what comes out of it is not going to go a long way towards determining the future of the franchise. Like we have no way of it's like the best way possible to talk to them. And I also have noticed, I don't know if you've noticed too, but a big pickup in their social media presence lately. Very, very much more regular posting, a lot of kind of funnier posts. They've been responding to people within the drop downs of threads on Twitter and also on Facebook, quite a lot more than usual. So it seems like they're putting a lot more into their internet presence, which I'm sure is part of the ramping up to the 40th, but also is a fan engagement drive, you know? And if you notice, the more they do that, the less hate they get. There's still the haters that kind of just bomb every single Alien thing. But then, like, there's also a lot of people that seem to be appreciating that reaching out and that sort of personal touch. So, you know, I think it's good. It's like, just like we talked about in the toxicity episode. The more we can, you know, rebuild those bridges with fans, and the more we can say, like, you know, what do you really want to see? Like, what do you like? Rekindle the things that you already love about the films. The better we'll be off, you know, in general.
Totally agree. Yeah, and we've talked about this privately too. I mean, the amount of engagement, social engagement that the Alien page does almost on a daily basis. It's two to three posts, and again, like you said, that they are talking to people, and I really appreciate that. And I really think that they also, from what I can speculate, they're really trying to bridge the gap. They're trying to understand fans. And I think that if they're, whether it's the build up, because typically the pages aren't this active unless there's a movie coming. Really,
that's very true. Very true.
Or an announcement, and maybe this time around, instead of saying, "Hey, let's do all of this promotion for these films," let's have fans do promotion for this film. What if our films are going to be the lead up to what's coming? Speculation, wild speculation. And for me, it's not so. And for me, when I speculate like this, it's not so much me trying to like. I'm hopeful. I love the Alien series, as do you, and I would love to see another film. And the next Alien film that comes out, I'm going to be in Boston with you to see on opening day.
Yeah, you better.
Or
I'll be in LA. We'll figure. Yeah. Either way, we're seeing that together.
And it's just great to see.
And hopefully with a lot of you guys watching this right now too.
It's really great to see, and I felt like it was worth discussing. I would recommend people submit for it. You have less than 6 days now. It's a very, very short window, and they want to make sure that people have the time to work on these films. You have to have past experience. You have to have links to samples of your work that they want to see. They want to know who your crew is going to be. They want an outline of the script. They want an outline of the story. They want a beat-for-beat outline of the script. I mean, I was putting this together this morning, and the story's been in my head, but I had to adjust it for like a 9-minute short and make it interesting and unique enough to like, okay, I can, because I'm like, when I first saw it, I was like, I'm not going to do that. I'll wait. And then something was like,
no, you weren't.
I was. I seriously was.
No, you were.
Yes, I was. I really was. I was like, yeah, this is cool, but I'm not going to do it. And then I'm like, there's a voice saying, Jamie, do it. And I was like, okay.
The devil on your shoulder.
The angel.
Do it, Jamie.
The angel on my shoulder. The alien Groot on my shoulder.
Yeah.
Right. Do
it. All right. Well, good luck with it, man. I'm really excited to
thanks.
see that.
And let us know anyone who else has submitted. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah. Please do. Oh, because it'd be awesome. But name characters after me.
Totally. One final discussion point. It looks like the Department of Justice has agreed to the sale of Fox to Disney, and Disney has to divest from all of Fox's sports channels, so it's not a monopoly because Disney owns ESPN. So it's very
so much. It's crazy.
Yeah, so it's interesting to see all this happening, and of course, this Alien contest and the 40-year anniversary of Alien coming up. I mean, next year's a pretty big year. We have the 40-year anniversary of Alien. It's 2019, which is the year...
Blade Runner!
Yeah, that Blade Runner... the story begins in Blade Runner. Star Wars Episode 9 coming out. Dark Crystal series on Netflix. Man, I'm going to be busy.
That's going to be crazy. It's going to be Nerd Central
totally.
Next year.
So thanks for everyone for watching. We just thought we'd want to talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, thanks, guys. See ya.